Alright, it's going to be another DVD and Blu-ray update. I got a fair amount of stuff, so I'm just going to zoom through it. But first up is an action movie, Richard Lynch, Lockdown. The only good thing about it is Richard Lynch. The film's shit. Avoid it. Really shit. Should have a good ending, but doesn't. This is James Caan in The Gambler. This is getting a remake, I hear, so I wanted to check this out. Early James Caan you can't beat. I mean, you know, great in The Godfather. Thief as well, it's another awesome film. This is sort of mid to late 90s kind of action drama, which I always sort of got my way to kind of get. And this is generally a good film. This is Nick of Time. Johnny Depp. They kidnap his daughter inside a mall. Christopher Walken. He's a kind of a corrupted, high-ranking agent. They basically want him to perform. This other woman, that Roman mafia woman, basically to kill a top government official, unless they're going to kill his daughter. It's a good film. It's a good one. I'll check that out. I also picked up. This is Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy. This is FX 1 and 2. I wanted to check this out for a while. I hear they're pretty good movies, and I picked them up pretty cheap. So now the next film. This is not really action. Action kind of drama, probably more to the drama. 52 Pickup with Roy Scheider. Now, this is a really good film. I really recommend this. Roy has been cheating on his wife, and he basically gets blackmailed by these. Well, one's John Glover, who's excellent. He's a kind of a pornography, low kind of ranking pornographical producer, and you've got, I can't think of the actor's name. He's the other kind of a guy part of the group, but the other one is Clarence Williams III. He plays Bobby Shy. He's kind of like the muscle part of the group. He's brilliant in it. It's a really good film. I'd really recommend this. You know, really sleazy and dirty. It's a real good one. I'd pick that up, man. This is Gene Hackman and Danny Glover in Bat 21. Heard good things about this as well. Yeah, basically Hackman's plane kind of goes down, and he has to basically Danny Glover's his eyes, so to speak, and you know, kind of like that. Oh, there was another one with I can't think of his name. One of the Wilsons, and that. It's kind of a little bit like that. Well, in the fact that he's it's not really anything like that. Just fuck that. It's okay. It's not important. This is Murder Party. I picked this up pretty cheap. I hear good things. I hope it is actually good, because sometimes, you know, when you hear a lot of good things about films, they normally turn out to be complete shit. So I'm hoping that is going to be good. This is another horror film. I'm trying to pick up a few horror films for Halloween. I'll probably do a more bigger horror kind of Halloween order around about the time. This is Brain Dead with Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton. That's a weird one. Now this film, oh god, whose collection did I see this in? I saw this in, no, it wasn't Dave's. It was Terror for Tommy's collection, Cameron's Closet. I saw it ages ago, and I always wanted to pick it up. A young lad being terrorised by a creature in his closet. Basically, I think his father dies at the beginning. I'm not spoiling anything. You can read the back of it. So, but yeah, I wanted to check that out for a while. This is Maniacs. Jeff Fahey, who's always good for a laugh. To be fair, he's basically there's two killers. I'm trying to read the back of it because it's quite hard reading through this. Joe escapes. Basically he's been institutionalised and he hasn't really worked, and he goes on the rampage. That's it basically. Now this is Red Carpet double feature. I didn't really get it for fear. I more got it for parents. Stars Randy Quaid. I think it's set with a 1950s sort of suburban backdrop. Basically they're kind of like just sort of a normal couple, but they're killers basically. Looks like he's got a good feel to it as well. To be honest, Fear sounds actually okay as well, to be honest. But I picked it up more for the parents. Now this is it says Stomps in the same vein as Homely Portrait of a Serial Killer. I think it's kind of got that vibe of Leslie Vernon about it as well. Last horror movie. He's a wedding photographer by day and at night. He's a homicidal maniac. I hear kind of good things about that. I've been wanting to check that out for a while. This is another sort of, oh god, one of those demonic child type films, kind of rip off of The Omen, Reign of Fire with Kirk Douglas. Looks really haggard on the back of this, I have to say. Well, if he's got a demonic child, he's got the right to look haggard and that. But that looks alright. I picked up Lost Boys basically because I hadn't upgraded it from VHS, and it's look, I don't need to say what an awesome film it is. One of the real kind of best horrors of the 80s in my opinion, especially the mid 80s. It's a great film, great ending as well, really good film. Now this title's kind of long out of print now. It is hard to get hold of this Dragon release. I saw this video that I saw the other day, you know, with it. I mean, there's not many people I've seen it in their collection. I think Explosive Action's the only one I've seen on YouTube with it. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but yeah, it's Blood Diner. I'd never seen it before. I was really impressed with it. It was a real good little. Went off a little bit near the end, but you know, the first half of it particularly, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Now, a film that I watched last night and I enjoyed the first film was Chrome Skull. This is Later S2, and some of the reviews on the back, I just want to. Oh, there you go. Best Kills Ever by Dread Central. Chris Alexander from Fangoria magazine. Blah 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 blah. It's like best kills ever. No, not really. I mean, there are some genuinely good kills in it, but they're all to do with like the sort of the top of the head and stuff in the face. Like, there's no kind of horrendous limbs being pulled off and stuff like that. I mean, it's when I look back on Hatchet 2 as well. I think I gave that a review a lot better than it actually deserved, because it actually ain't that good. Apart from like the one kind of death near the end that kind of saves it. This film, the storyline is fucking ludicrous. I can't begin to tell you. It's nowhere near as good as the first, and because the first one had a better standard of actor. You know, and that was obvious. But yeah, the kills were, you know, I mean, there were some good ones, but kind of the same sort of thing. Brian Austin Green I thought was all right, you know, but I mean, he was distinctly average. This is well, I mean, I've been looking forward to watch it because I haven't seen the film, but I wanted to see it in its uncut format, because there's no point watching a film when it's cut. And it's a Serbian film. I've been looking forward to, looking for ages to watching it, but I wanted to see it on DVD. I didn't want a screening of it. I wanted kind of like an official release of it. And you know, with most of well, it's mostly cut nearly everywhere, and the places where it isn't cut, you know, it doesn't have English subtitles. So, but I'm really happy to have that. That'll be watched soon. Right, I'm just going to quickly go on to the Blu-rays. Right, first up, I watched this the other day, and I was pretty happy with the transfer. There's little bits here and there. It's not the best transfer in the world, but it's still pretty good. It's the Oxbow incident with Henry Fonda and Anthony Quinn. Real great film. Real nice release as well. I'd really recommend watching this. You really show. There's not many films on lynch mob violence or like the power of the mob type thing, because I think it's a thing that, and particularly I think America would often like to ignore, like they never had a history of. When you read about it, you know, you realise, you know, there were and incidents like that were not isolated at all. They happened nearly weekly. So another film, classic films, and I really like the transfer on this. By the way, some people, there've been some sites saying the transfer's not as good, but I really like the transfer on this. So Brother Art Thou, great film. The scene with I mean, it's as morbid as any. I mean, it should be morbid, but you know, they make it in almost. Not enjoyable, but it was almost hypnotic watching. You know, the Ku Klux Klan sequence. It's fantastic. Like the Death by. Oh, the Death song. I can't think of his name. Someone Stanley. I can't think of the guy's name off the top. It's a great soundtrack as well. Great film. I love Oh Brother Art Thou. Yeah, one of probably my favourite kind of horror films I've seen. I mean, probably my favourite kind of cinematic experience, horror film wise, since Drag Me to Hell. Insidious. Probably could have had a better cover. I'd have liked a better cover here. But it goes off a little bit in the second half, but the first half is a great film. They should have more kind of haunted stuff in the house, you know, before they move. But it's a great film, real creepy and that, you know. It's one of those films you can watch again and again. It's a real good. Well, maybe, yeah, I think so. Now, definitely my film of, I mean, not just the week, but the month, and because I got this release originally. I got the French release and it didn't have English subtitles way back in January, and it's Our Day Will Come. Vincent Cassel and Olivier Barthelemy. Olivier Barthelemy is out of Satan as well with Vincent Cassel. Basically, they play two red-haired maniacs who want to leave their kind of shit lives in France and retire to where the other redheads are, what they deem where the other redheads are in Ireland. It's a fantastically fucked up film. Honestly, God, it's so funny, so off the wall, so original as well. If anyone tells you that this film is kind of shit in any way, just instantly dismiss their opinion, because it's just not worth even paying attention to. It's a fantastic movie. Honestly, God, I'm not going to spoil any of it. I've already spoke to Vance Spalding about this as well, and it's, I don't want to have any sort of spoilers for it, but it's just a manic, it's just a masterpiece in my opinion. It's a great film. Just watch it. Don't pay any attention to anyone who says you shouldn't. Right, look, everyone's shown this, and I am happy to have it mainly for like the deleted scenes. It's Star Wars Complete Saga. I've had many a row with many Lucas apologists. I mean, there was one on YouTube the other day. Apparently, I can't have an opinion or a view because they're Lucas's films and he's allowed to do whatever he wants with them. Just fuck off. I couldn't believe that sort of just retardery. I couldn't believe a comment like that. Look, no matter what you say, most old school fans of the original, like the Vader No in one of the most emotional scenes of like the whole original trilogy, Lucas has just fucked it irreversibly, and it's beyond repugnant. And I'm sick to death of so many people saying, oh, they're his films, so he's allowed to do what he wants. He didn't direct Empire, he didn't direct Jedi. That's the end of the matter as far as I'm concerned. There's just too many Lucas apologists out there. It drives me crazy. He's ruined a good scene of my favourite film. Return of the Jedi is my favourite film by far. And the last, I'm just going to get off that. I'm only going to rant and call him he's just a fucking mentalist. He's lost the plot. Right, last but not least, it's the 50th anniversary edition. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's limited to 125,000 pieces. I have quite a low number. It's 9,750. It's the Ben-Hur box set. Just fantastic edition. I'm not going to open it because I'm sure I'm sure that people will be opening it. Really nice insight. I was reading like a personal journal of Charlton Heston. It's quite eye-opening. I suggest, you'll be reading it when you get it. It's one of the nicest releases I think. It's been released in months. It's absolutely fantastic, and I haven't seen Ben-Hur in so long. I'm really looking forward to watching that. Yeah, and that's the end of the update. I appreciate all the people that have entered the competition as well. That'll be running as well to like the end of September. So yeah, cheers for watching and cheers for subscribing.